of my fast, and I woke up in a really good mood. Well, at least I had to pray myself into one. It wasn't that I was in a bad mood. I just was really tired for some odd reason. I don't know. But hey, y'all, listen. Mookie, my nail tech. Shout out to my nail tech because she is amazing. Like, this girl is super, super duper D talented. She did me some jelly nails, and it's time for fill-in. These two broke because of the bad kids at my job. So mad about it, but she did my cute little initials in my nails. These were like really cute, fun, middle school inspired nails, like with the jelly and, you know, the name and stuff. I started to get the little Chanel C's in it, but took a different route. Then this hair has to come out. The two toughest decisions are how to get your hair and how to get your nails. Like, I don't know how I want to get my nails. Christmas time is coming up, and it's like I want to get some really cute, like, festive nails, but I don't want them to be Christmas nails. I just want them to be like cute and like glittery and like festive. So I don't know. I gotta Google some stuff up. It's day 2 of my fast, y'all. Still on the tea, no water, no juice, no soda pops. So I just showed y'all a little snippet of the sermon that I watched last night, right? Part 4 of the series, 24 Ever. And you guys, I felt the presence of the Lord in my room. Let me tell y'all. Again, like I said last night, I am not forcing a journey on anybody. I am not forcing God on anybody. I'm not preaching to anyone. This is simply to share to you how good God is to me and help encourage others to, you know, possibly want to strengthen their relationship with Christ, or if you feel like it's already, you know, where it needs to be, there's, you know, it's always room for improvement to be a better person. So you don't have to agree with everything I say. Again, I'm not forcing my views on anyone. This is just how I feel, and this is just like, you know, this is my journey. So I'm gonna start with so the whole thing is titled well, he's been like, from each sermon, he like does like a little short review. So I wrote down the review that he puts in all of the series so far. We're on part 4 of this series. So, of course, we're talking about worship and worship, how we live our life. Worship is how we live our life and how we treat others. It's not love if it's not in your heart. Okay, so your heart is intellect, character, will, emotions, thoughts, your feelings, and your conscience. And he put up this a very dope picture. He asked a question about like how your heart looks, like to close your eyes and envision how a heart looks. So most of us, you know, I know me. I visualized this heart, and then he was like, and then the scientific people envision like the actual heart, the scientific heart. And I ain't have time for that because I know how the scientific heart looks, but to just close my eyes and like picture that's a lie. So it was just simple to just picture this. So that's what I did. But the example that he used for how a heart looks was a picture of Star Trek. And it had, you know, the Star Trek ship where you have you had captain that was in the center, and then you had other people in like the other tiers of the ship that control different things. So that's how he drew the heart, or how he envisioned the heart to look. And this was how the diagram looks. Oh, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it was like, this is the center part where the captain sits, and then these are the other like areas, the other functioning areas that, you know. So in the middle, that's the heart. That's the person that controls the heart, right? And so it's a question mark there, because it's like he asks, who sits on your throne, who sits in the captain's seat, who sits in your heart, who controls the whole show, who runs the whole show. You know what I mean? So he said, he gave a definition of what an idol was, and an idol is anything that takes place of God, that takes the place of God. And we tend to worship false idols. You know what I'm saying? Anything that can take the place of God, something that you worship, that's an idol. Some of us have, you know, we say our idol is Rihanna. I love me some Rihanna, or Beyonce, or I'm just naming my faves: A$AP Rocky, Drake, Drizzy Drake, Kanye West. Don't kill me. Yes, I like Kanye West, y'all. He's a Gemini. Who else? Like these, those, just to name a few. Those were the ones I got. So, yeah, those are idols. And so I'm gonna flip back to the other page because I missed a very important keynote, and it says, take inventory of who's guiding your heart. God should be in charge. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, take me back. So who is on your who is on your throne is the biggest question. Okay, y'all, let me tell y'all. So as I was saying last night, before I started this fast, I prayed, and, you know, before I came up with the things I wanted to fast from, after I came up with the things I wanted to fast from. Now, the thing is, the purpose of a fast is to take a break from, my opinion, this is why I fast. I take a break from things that I might spend a lot of time on. And y'all, I'm gonna burn up the room. My incense fell. Well, I guess it's okay. It's probably gonna go out anyway. But I fast from the things I tend to have a hard time, that I do a lot of. I drink a lot of juice. I drink a lot of sodas. I drink water too, but it's not as much as I should. I love tea, but I don't drink it as much as I should. And this is the only sweet thing, of course, that I could find to drink that was healthy. I love to eat, you guys. I love to eat. I'm a boy. I love to eat. So I had to take a break from red meats and pork, and learn to, you know, try other healthier options. And so I gave up pork and red meat. So what else? Oh, and that person, you know, this is a person that I care for a lot, and who I want to grow into the man Christ calls for him to be. And I want for him to make better decisions. And I just all around, I want him to be the best version of him that he can be. I want him to have a great relationship with God, and I want him to just stay focused. I just want all the good things, you know what I'm saying? Anything that I would want good for myself, everything I want that he wants good for himself, I want him to have. And I want him to, you know that everything that glitters isn't gold. You know, sometimes we want certain things that may look good, but it's not good. So I just want, you know, for him to depend on God for guidance. So that takes a lot of time, you know, dealing with someone that you care for, and you want to grow, and you want this person to be successful in life. So that's me, you know, I give my attention to that, and I just need to, you know, be a little stingy and give it back to myself. So that is why I fast from that person. I fast from wine and alcohol because, and I'm not ashamed to say, I'm not an alcoholic, y'all. But I like wine. And when I go out with my friends, I like, you know, alcohol. You know, I like to have a drink here and there, whatever. You know, I'm young, I'm human. So do not have judgmental ears when listening to this. But, you know, I just see what alcohol can do to others. And some people use, I know sometimes I would use wine as a coping mechanism. Like when I'm feeling a certain way, like I gotta have some wine to calm down. And I don't want to feel like I have to depend on it to calm down. So that's why I chose, I want to stop it before it becomes a habit. So I chose to fast from wine and alcohol. And I think that was it. Social media. Oh yeah, social media. So I chose to fast from social media simply because social media is draining too. I get on social media and normally when I get on social media, like I really, I don't, like, I'll flip through my friends' stuff from time to time, just see what they got going on, make sure they're good or whatever, because I'm not really the phone type or the texting type all the time. So when they post stuff, I watch all my close friends stuff from time to time. I look at clothes. I love fashion, so I always just look at the cutest little outfits from the people, all my favorite stylists. Like I look on their page to see what their newest post and the shoes. And I love watching makeup pages on Instagram, and I just like looking at pictures. I love looking at all my old pictures. I like finding spiritual quotes to post later in the future. So that's really what I do on social media. But there are times where I run across Facebook. Mainly Facebook is more of a Instagram is more pictures, but Facebook is more people are posting their business and stuff. To me, Facebook is the most negative thing. People portray to be something they're not on Facebook. And me, I'm not afraid to admit I'm the type of person that if I know you in real life, and I know I don't say, I pay attention to people, and if I know how you are, and I know how you handle certain things, and you're posting certain stuff that does not apply to you, but I'm this is not how you are, this is not who you are, just be yourself. I get frustrated when people are not themselves, and Facebook is some of it is a big lie. So I really have a huge problem with people not being authentic, because I feel like a lot of people are in competition with false perceptions. Some people think that people got it like that, and they really don't. And I feel like we just abuse Facebook, and so I have to take a break from it, because that just gets on my nerves. It makes me feel like it actually will put me in a bad mood, because it's just that's just so annoying. Why can't we just be ourselves? Why do we have to pretend? Why do we have to lie? Why do we have to get into it with people on Facebook? Why do we have to tell our business on Facebook? Why do people why? Oh my gosh, it's just annoying. I just wish that I could see more positive things going on Facebook. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I follow a lot of positive people, but I know that when I complete this fast, I'm going to go on a detox, and I'm deleting anybody that posts anything negative. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I'm cool with you or not. If you are posting gossip and stuff, I don't want to deal with it. I'm just over it. I'm tired of it. It's gotta go. Like Pastor Mike said, it got to go. If it ain't helping me grow, it's got to go. Important to keep God on your throne in your heart. Because you think with your heart. Your character is based off your heart. All those things are based off your heart. So your heart is very important. Let's just say. So a lot of other stuff that I just took were just self notes. I wrote a note to myself basically saying that I need to be careful of what I've allowed to sit on my throne. And now I realized that the things that I fast from are the things that I've allowed to sit on the throne. And that is so crazy to me, because it was just wow, okay. I know I prayed for knowledge during this fast, and here I am. It's God just sends these things to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I just chose to fast from these things, but didn't know. I knew that I give those things time, but the whole idolizing things and realizing honestly how much control that it can have over your heart, it's just crazy. It was crazy. I was just wow. Okay, God, like, you on to something. You on to something here. Now I see why, you know what I'm saying? Why I keep making some, why I've made these mistakes, or why, I keep thinking about these things and having these thoughts, because I'm allowing it to sit on the throne when it shouldn't be there. So, y'all, it's really important. So let's see. The title of the sermon in all of that day, I know the whole title of the series, but the title of the sermon was Watch the Throne. Okay? So, these are all the things that you can allow to sit on the throne. And it can be the simplest things, you guys. Your job, your feelings, your worry, your doubt, a man, and yes, a man, a woman, your family. All those things can be idols. You can idolize all those things. Your children. A lot of us, act and do things based off of our children. And all these things can allow us to take our focus off God. And the perfect example, he said, with kids, oh, you pray for a baby. Oh, I want to be a mother. And God blesses you to be a mother, a parent. Well, I got to take little Junebug to daycare. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. And God is saying, well, I blessed you, but baby, you still have to give me time too. I'm a jealous God, I need your attention too. So whatever God's blessing you with, make sure that it is not taking his place by sitting on a throne. That you're not removing God off the throne and putting your child on your throne. You know what I'm saying? Because when you keep God on the throne and you get those blessings, he can allow things to flow properly. And all those things, your thoughts will flow properly. Your emotions will flow properly. And you'll better be able to rationalize things. You know what I'm saying? So it's really important. I don't care how much you care about it, but it cannot sit on your throne. A man, you so busy. I prayed for this man, I prayed for this husband, I prayed for this relationship, and God blesses you with it, and then it's like, I'm happy now. God, I don't really need you. This person is making me happy. But then because God is a jealous God, you start to notice these things start happening. He been talking to this little girl. I don't know who this little thing is. He's coming in late, and oh my God, let me go through his phone, and let me do this. Then you start doing all these things, and then because you put that man on the throne, it starts controlling your thoughts, your conscious, your emotions, your will. Like, you start doing things that you normally wouldn't do, getting out of character because you put a man on your throne. Super important. I didn't make this up at all. That's what he said. That's what God put in his heart to tell Pastor Mike. And Pastor Mike preached it. And I received it through Christ. Yes, I did. This is all I'm saying. You don't have to believe me, but he threw out Bible verses. And these are some Bible verses that I'm definitely going to read for myself. But the first Samuel chapter 16 verse 7 was one. 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 7 was one. Definitely going to read those when I complete this video. And I pray that everyone else, if you're interested, go ahead and read it as well. Again, this is a journey, it's a learning process. Either you could be with me or you're not. And if you're not, I'm not upset. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, I wasn't here. Each day, I'm just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. I'm learning new things. God is the only thing that can be worshipped. Nothing else can be worshipped. You cannot have other things. Like, you can't worship God with other things. So you can't have two people sitting on the throne. You can't worship God and worship money. Like, you can't worship God and worship your family. You can't worship God and worship your job at the same time, because it's no way that they can work, because God doesn't need help. Okay, you can't say, well, God, I love you, you in control, and then, but I really need this job is going good, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, you know what I'm saying, I really gotta get this done. If I don't do this, it's gonna, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't. It's as for me, I love meditating. I love my crystals, you guys. But like I explained in another video, I don't need these crystals to help me get in touch with God and help do God's job. Some people worship these crystals, and I don't. Crystals are, I understand they work, but they can't do what God can do. Just saying. So yeah, let's just leave that there and go back on topic. You cannot get off track from the Lord or your idol, who is God. We blame the devil when we should blame ourselves for getting off track. And God has to get your attention so he can bring you back. So basically, when you worship these false idols, money, whatever it is, clothes, food, whatever it is, things will happen. And we'll think the God, the devil is after me, and the devil's on my back, the devil's riding me hard. But it's really not the devil, okay? I said this before. Sometimes things happen that God will allow to happen, not to harm you. We may think it's to harm us, but it's really to get our attention and to show us that, listen, you've taken God off the throne. You've taken your sight off away from God, and you can't do that. So God will allow things to happen to bring you back to him. You have to humble yourselves, okay? And the Bible verse for that was 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 32 through 41. Read up on that as well. I know I have to. This wind is crazy today. And so it says, idols hinder your worship with God. Something is sitting in his seat, okay? So that goes along with what I said before. It can hinder your growth. When you have something sitting in his seat, it can get in the way of you getting, closer to your goals and, your growth process. So that's one thing that I know I'm checking up on for myself, because I don't want to hinder my growth. So today I'm just gonna, through this whole journey of part 2 or day 2, I'm gonna really sit in a quiet place today. I know it's gonna be dark, and I know I have to work. So today, when I get off work, I'm gonna clean the house. That's what I have planned to do. I want to clean and I want to cook. I think I'm gonna do like a seafood boil. I'm gonna do some boiled shrimp and corn and potatoes, and I'm gonna really sit and think long and hard on what is hindering my growth, because I am growing, but I know that it could be a lot more. So again, it's always room for improvement. And the Bible scripture that they give us for this is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. And it says, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Always, when I say protect my peace, and I live by that, also it is important to protect your heart, because if God is on the throne, he sits in your heart, then you have to protect it. Nothing else should be able to get in. Okay? Everything that looks good is not good, and it's not God. Okay? We let unqualified people control our hearts, or unqualified things control our hearts and give us advice. Some people that you are taking advice from, not to say everybody doesn't give good advice. If I see you out here, you're not making the best decisions yourself, but you're giving me advice off of a situation, I'm gonna listen, but I'm pretty much not gonna take it, and I'm just gonna be honest with you.